What size is that?
It's a medium or a large.
I can't fit it then.
I know, me too. I'm still.
Nope.
I'm real skinny.
I'm in that.
It just looks baggy.
Yeah,
It is
I'm in that
baggy.
in between stage right now because I'm down almost 25 pounds. Actually, I am down 25 pounds, but I'm still in that in between stage of extra large and XX, or double XXL or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And
For me, I need the extra large, but I need it to be long.
Long,
Certain
yes.
shirts,
certain ones
not
will
go
not.
long.
Yep.
enough.
Belly shirt.
Yes.
but I don't want them hanging down to my, halfway down my leg.
Yeah. You like your shirts a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
And my dresses.
Your dresses?
His dresses.
She knows what I'm talking about.
When Itchy Break was created, the whole premise was to make sure people understood to take a break from themselves. We all need those reminders to laugh, to love, to have fun, and be a little silly. Just be in the moment and take a break. That's our mission. Just take a break and reset yourself. So welcome to Itch Your Break. Welcome to Itch Your Break. Hi, I'm Jonathan Mertz, and coming up on this show, we are bringing back in Casey and Nick, and it's a little bit of old school versus new school. And here's what I mean.
You want to know I've never watched Forrest Gump?
Oh, you've got to watch it.
Uh-huh. Like,
You gotta
I watched, like, some of it.
We have games that got banned.
Like what?
Lawn darts.
What is that?
That was fun as hell.
Peppa and Granny had them, but they had this big metal tip. I'm not kidding, about that long. You threw them up in the air and you try to hit this ring that you've set out in your yard. And you're looking to see where that thing comes down. And there's a good chance that the wind could catch it and send it back toward you.
Like, say y'all didn't know it, I'd have to explain it. But you're trying to guess what it would actually be. So, like, if y'all said something like a VHS tape and I didn't know it, I'd be like,
What about Betamax?
I have no clue what that is.
All of this is coming up next here on Itch Your Break. Hey, you. Are you following us? Oh, don't worry. You should be. You should be following us everywhere on our socials, like Instagram, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, all at Itch Your Break. And you should be consuming us on your favorite podcast app, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Audible, and iHeartRadio. So, it's okay. We want you to follow us. And remember to like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, leave us a comment or two, and maybe even a review. So people ask me all the time, where do we get the guests for our shows? Well, we do it several different ways. We do it the hard way, which is, you cold call people, you reach out to them, you try to get in touch, and it doesn't always work when you're looking for specific direct people. Now, when you're looking for people in specific topics or experts, there's a very, very easy way to get it. It's through radio guest list. And yes, you're like, well, radio? What are they going to do with a podcast? They want to be on podcasts. That's their whole thing. They love being on podcasts just as much as the radio. So go to radioguestlist.com, fill out your form that's on there, and it's super easy to use. We've gotten the majority of our interview guests on this show through there, with the exception of just very few. Most every guest we've ever had on this show comes through Radio Guest List. And that's one of the reasons I'll keep using it, as long as they continue to provide those great guests. It's a no-brainer. Welcome to Itch Your Break. I'm Jonathan Mertz, and again, we're back in the studio with Casey Robinson, and Nick Mertz is also here. Sometimes people call him Nicholas, and other times they call him Chia Pet. And so we kind of go on that. I'll bring up why I said that in a minute. It's old school versus new school is what we're going to be talking about in a few minutes. But I want to point out that the He-Man stuff here is original 1980s, like from the 1980s He-Mans. And believe it or not, these are not my original He-Man stuff. It's my wife's Delicious. All of these are.
Yeah, that I can tell because it's well taken care of.
I know, right? Compared to my
Ours
stuff.
were muddy and beat on.
Yes. I mean, you got Evil Lynn back there and She-Ra, and You know, or is that
Everybody.
It might be Tila back there?
Oh,
I don't
Tila.
know. Yeah, it might be
Sorry.
Tila. And then of course He-Man and Man of Arms.
And then you got my guy Wally.
Yeah, Wally over here.
Mm-hmm.
So got some stuff in the Flash, who's kind of flashing people.
Actually, I have never watched Flash.
Never watched
Yeah.
Flash, like
You
the
wanna know
movies
something?
or the shows or
Both. You want to know I've never watched Forrest Gump?
Oh, you've got to watch it.
Like
You gotta watch
I watched like some of it. I've watched his Alabama, the Alabama part. I've watched his
when he
Vietnam.
yells Greenbow, Alabama. Is that what you're talking about, or when he's
No,
running?
when he's actually like the running back for
Oh,
Alabama. And then I've watched the Vietnam part where he's in Vietnam, and then
He gets shot in the butt.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you see the ice cream part?
no.
Okay.
What's that guy? He like talks about shrimp all the time.
That's Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba.
So you've just seen clips of it, or you seen?
No,
like
I've seen like I've watched it, and then like it'll be on TV or something, and my dad will be watching it, and I'll watch it, and I get bored, or not
you're
bored,
like
but like
this,
I'll just kind of go off somewhere.
Yeah. Well, that. Speaking of old school versus new school, that is a one thing that the younger generation and even some of the newer generation, older generation are getting into with social media and being able to scroll and flip things. Our attention spans are getting shorter, so it is very hard for people to go read books, to sit down and watch a full-length movie, because we're so used to having that information at our beck and call and being able to swipe and go, as you need it. It's like, no, I don't want it, don't want it, don't want it. And it gives you that dopamine release when you find something you really like. It's just like being around a good group of friends. You get that energy built around. So one of the things that we're going to be talking about in old school versus new school, obviously hairstyles, is one of them, and that's why we can't hear. I don't have any hair anymore, and my hair thin. It goes out, so it just looks better shaved.
Me neither.
And it's just one of those things that that happens, and then people from anywhere from 19 to 18 start losing their hair, all the way up to they get into their 30s and 40s, or even later in life. But what you've seen, and even with your cousin Nathan, you all have that naturally curly hair. That's not a perm.
No, it's not.
People think it's a perm, but it's not a perm. It looks a lot like people say alpaca sometimes, or they'll look like a poodle or whatever.
Yeah, they'll have
this
the hair down here.
Yeah, but this style is not new. It's been recycled through generations and generations. What basically tempted you to have this kind of like look?
Well, in 6th grade, which was 5-6 years ago, something like that, I used to do like the comb over thing. I'd put my hair to the side every time, and then I didn't like it at all. Like I stopped doing it, so I just pulled my hair down one day. I just kept pulling my hair down, and it was straight. But then I went through 7th grade, and it started to become curly, and I could grab like my towel, and I just go like this and just rub my head like really hard, and it like poof, it like make my hair go like real frizzy. And then I got to 8th grade, and I started taking care of like my actual hair, and it started curling up. And then last year I used to try and keep it to where like there was no parts in my hair and stuff like that. And I'd be like, ugh, and I'd like keep moving it. Now I just kind of let it lay, because it just lays the exact same every time, and it just keeps curling and curling. But I didn't like my hair. So in 8th grade, I was like, I'm going to grow it out, because I didn't like it short. And I grew it out to my shoulders, all the way down to my shoulders. And I was like, this don't look good either. So I cut it, and then I've always just kept this since. So
I remember going through high school, and when I actually had hair, because I think mine didn't really start getting away till I hit about mid-20s, and then that early 30s. That's really when I saw the biggest change in my hair. But I used to do everything. I used to try to style it. Of course, I had the naturally curly hair too, so I could grow, do the kind of big fro look. But we also had those times where we just would frost our hair. Did you ever go through that when
No.
you frosted your hair?
No.
Me and my buddy Chris Cole, we both did it at the
Frosted
same
the
time.
tips.
Yep, did it at the same time. Frosted our hair, so we had naturally brunette hair and then blonde.
I
tips.
would pay to see that.
I've got a picture somewhere.
I need
I'll
to see
send it
that.
to you later.
Oh,
As in
dude.
the 90s. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be great.
So you use a lot of product in your hair?
I use
a lot of
shampoo and
conditioner?
conditioner. That's it. I just use shampoo and conditioner. Everybody's like, what do you use for
You
your hair?
like blow dry it?
If I blow dry my hair, it wouldn't look very good. Like it'd just be all like just poofed out and stuff.
I mean, okay, so it's already poofed out.
Yeah,
How much
but
further would it go?
Pretty far. I have a pick at home. I could pick my hair out. Bro, I swear. I could pick my hair. And when I had my long hair, I used to pick it out. And it would be like, it would be like a balloon almost. It's just huge. And like you could feel it and then you could press it down. It would take a minute to press it down. And then it'd come back up and just.
They just take some hedge trimmers and just go around you to make it curved and
Nah.
nice.
No.
You don't want to do that?
No. I'm good.
It'd even it out better.
No. I'm good.
Do you have somebody that does it, or do you do it?
Yeah, my cousin Brooke, she's my mom's cousin.
Shout out to Brooke.
It used to be Brooke Bryant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he goes there as well, don't you?
I used to. I
Used
shaved my
to.
own head now.
Yeah, but I go there and I get my hair cut because she's like the only one I can really trust my hair because she knows how to cut curly hair. So. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to cut curly hair. I never
wouldn't
had
guess
curly
so.
hair. I had straight hair, and then it disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
So, good luck with
thinning.
One of the people who used to, that has the biggest, thickest hair in our family is Devin. And he's now finally starting to get a little bit of a bald spot going right in that back center. But man, that dude had such straight hair and it was so thick.
And it was like black too.
It's black.
It was just
Yeah,
like
it's cold
dark.
black. That's crazy. So old school versus new school is a topic that you requested that we kind of try to do once. And there was a couple different things that you wanted to go over. But before we got into those things, I want to ask first, what is it like to be a youth in your opinion today?
Well, I think I'm very different from like a lot of youth. So I don't like being on my phone. I don't like texting. I don't like doing any of that. But like everybody's like chronically online and stuff like that. And I think that's boring. I think it takes away from life even. Like if you go out, we were doing it all spring break. We go outside of my house and we put a campfire up. And I bought a projector the other day. We put a projector up. We'd watch a movie. We'd have popcorn, chairs. We'd get s'mores and stuff like that. But we were like almost never on our phones. But that was the fun part of it. We'd play games and stuff like that. We'd play board games, whatever. And we just had a fun time. But I think that's the funnest time is when you don't look for your phone for entertainment. You look to find it somewhere else. You try and find entertainment, not just from like, oh yeah, I can pick up my phone and just look and look and look. I feel like that's kind of depressing.
But the interaction between people.
Yeah, I feel like that's way funner and like it's much better. But everybody's all like on their phone, and then like kids now, since I'm in high school, they're like, oh, I just want to go drink and stuff like that. I'm like, why? Like y'all may have drank when y'all were in high school, but I don't like doing that. Like
you don't need to.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no. A lot of it is social interaction problems. So when you get people who have high addiction issues, it's usually because they're not around a very socially functional people. And I say that they may be around a group of people and they all may get high together, but they're not socially functional. So, you have those people who get around, and like I was talking about earlier, how you get that kind of natural high from being around the people you enjoy to be around. That's why you get excited when you see, your girlfriend walk through the door. It's like, hey, or your wife or whoever. Sometimes that goes away. But anyways, but it does come back sometimes. So it's one of those things when you truly enjoy being around those people, they light up your life. You always hear those people with the life of the party. Sometimes there's the people that overdrink, but other times it's just the people who can connect to you the best.
Yeah, it's like the people that they don't care who you are at any point. It's just like they just want to be around you. It's like what's that one word? Something love, something love.
Unbridled love?
I don't know. Unconditional love. It like that's the best type of friend when you can love them and they ain't got to do anything for you. You can just like be around them and like you'll have fun, you'll love them. But like if someone has to keep doing something to like keep the friend, I don't see that as like fun.
Friend.
That'd be draining and stuff. But like for example, I'll hang around my girlfriend. I don't care what we do. I don't care if she gives me anything. Like, cool, if she gives me, like, a gift or something like that, whatever. But I can just sit around her, and she doesn't have to do anything, and I'll still love her for who she is because I don't care what she gives me. I just love that person.
As long as it's compromised, and, not compromised, but it's a compromising situation, relationship, both ways. Both people give, both people, it's fine. You don't have to get things from somebody.
Yeah. But that's the best type of friend when you can just chill around and be yourself and not have to do anything, like not have to put on a personality or whatever. You can just be your unfiltered self around them at all times.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%. So, looking into old school versus new school, what is one thing that you would like to learn from, or is it something you just noticed, that's different?
I've noticed that people get their feelings hurt easier, way easier now, and nobody's like truly honest at this point. Like everybody like tries to like be nice instead of just being honest.
Yes.
And I'm trying to be honest with people, and they're like, "Well, dang, that was just rude." I'm like, "What's the truth?" I
They'll
mean,
call
like,
you different names. Yeah.
yeah, like I'm like, it's the truth. I don't want to lie to you, but I want the best for you. Like,
I agree to a point, but disagree at the point.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I think people got their feelings hurt. We just dealt with it differently back then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you didn't let nobody know half the time that your feelings got hurt. Because when we were growing up, there was a big phrase that was beat into our heads like crazy. And it sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And words do hurt. That's obvious. But hearing that phrase over and over kind of built in my case, a lot of confidence in a way. So it's kind of like psychologically hyping you up to say, prepare for a mental battle. In case somebody is coming at you mentally, which is basically what a verbal argument is. It's a mental battle in a way with somebody else. Because you're not going to be able to convince stupid anyways, right?
Yeah.
So anybody that's out there constantly, that will never listen to reason, they're going to have,
An argument.
An argument. It's a never winning battle. So you've got to be able to prepare yourselves. You've got to be able to prepare yourselves against the narcissist and everything else that's out there and the manipulators. But those are the things that I don't know are being taught anymore.
No, like, and it's not even that type of thing. It's like people are just never like true.
They're
Like
never themselves. Yeah,
exactly. Like, and if you can find someone where you're like, I can tell them what they need. I can tell them what they need, not what they want to hear, but what they need to hear, and they can like build off of that, not be like, well, that's mean and stuff like that. If you can build off of it and figure out a way, okay, this is a lesson, not like something that'll just break me. It's like constructive criticism. It's not just, oh yeah, you're not good at this. Be like, well, I mean, you're not the greatest at this, but you can still get better. Like, you ain't gotta, it's not hurting their feelings. It's just trying to be true, not trying to say what they want to hear, so they keep doing it over and over. It's so they can get better about what they need to hear and what they like have to improve on and stuff like that.
Yeah, just tell them you'll get past this. Just try.
Exactly.
Just try. That's it.
But that's like a big thing, and like, I ain't. There's like other things, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
One of the things that I noticed is different between growing up when we were growing up and now is the type of games that kids play. I mean, there's a lot of them that stuck around. Monopoly's still around. There's the Uno is still around. It's got 15 different versions of Uno now.
Yeah, it's like Uno Spin and Uno.
Yeah,
like random
but
crap.
Some of these games, Yahtzee was probably the world's boringest game, but I still played it with my mom and dad.
Played it camping.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah,
All
I used to
card
play
games.
Face Tan.
Oh yeah. So I mean, a lot of these things are there. When we were growing up, back in the 80s, 1980s, and I have to say that because we're in the 2000s.
I was born in the 90s.
Yeah, right. And into the 90s, the NES was introduced, and that was a huge game breaker for us. And you talk about playing hours upon hours, being on the internet, whatever else. But I remember us boys in my family, because me and your uncles, there's 4 of us, so we were constantly fighting over the systems. He didn't have a brother come along till a little
8.
later. Yeah, a little later. So he got to enjoy his NES by himself.
Yeah, but I didn't get mine until it was out for about 2 or 3 years.
We didn't either.
So I'm saying you'd wait till it was a little bit less expensive before you got it.
Yeah.
You gotta wait for the console to go down.
That's right.
And then you learn the duck hunt cheat, and you get up to the center of the
just
screen.
Only on a tube TV.
Yes.
Only on a tube TV.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh yeah.
But it's one of those things too, and the games weren't like they are now. You actually had to start all the way from the beginning if you lost a game. You didn't have the save points early on. So you had to restart every game from the very beginning to learn to get to the end.
But you didn't hook the internet up to it.
Yeah, you didn't have to have an authorization. You didn't have to do anything else. You didn't have the group chats yelling in your ear, especially when you get roasted by a 13-year-old.
On like COD or something.
Yes. Oh my gosh, how many times have I gotten roasted by a 13-year-old on COD? I love playing Call of Duty, but man,
Yeah.
the kids. But it's funny when you can get them and you can light them up and you can find them every single time, and they cannot
Spawn
take
campers.
it. Oh my gosh, yes. If you can spawn camp or if you could snipe the heck out of them, oh my god, it's the best. It's the best.
Yeah, I'd play Fortnite a little bit ago, and I just wait at like the top of like a hill or something, and I just watch people go by, and I just snipe them in the head. I get like multiple kills, or I like third party, which is like where you come from like a different. So like them two are fighting, and then you come in and just kill both of them. I do that all the
I
time.
don't know. That's new style, new games. I don't do that.
We have games that got banned.
Like what?
Lawn darts.
What is that?
That was fun as hell.
Peppa and Granny had them. And we would go out there and Peppa would have us throw out. He's like, now y'all watch out for them, because he already knew, because they already got banned like not too many years after they came out. But they had this big metal tip. I'm not kidding, about that long. And they were a dart. And they were about probably like a quarter-inch to like half inch.
It's probably ½ thick, 3/8 thick. The handle part of it is what you're talking about. Yeah.
And then the metal piece, man. It was,
the metal piece was probably, that was quite
you threw them up in the air and you try to hit this ring that you set out in your yard, but you threw them in the air. You like chunked it.
just like horseshoes. You've seen horseshoes or cornhole. Or,
Yeah, I play that all
So
the
just imagine a projectile about this freaking long with a metal piece end about like this that has it's blunt end, but it's still metal. And you're looking to see where that thing comes down. And there's a good chance that the wind could catch it and send it back toward you.
But
Yeah.
it's still, the people that got it in trouble were the ones that went, okay, everybody get in a circle.
Yeah.
They threw it straight
Yeah.
up and then
And
just
look-
waited to
Yes.
see who got hit.
It's like the scene from Grown Ups.
Yes.
Where they just shoot the bow and arrow
yeah,
up.
exactly like that. Exactly like that.
Oh,
That's
dude.
what got it in trouble and lawsuits.
Yeah.
And then no more lawn darts.
I was expecting that, yeah. Because throw it up and you're like, huh. And it just comes down right on your foot.
But I think they still make horseshoes.
Yeah. They
Horseshoes, you go like that.
Yeah,
That's different,
but you could still knock somebody out with it.
though. I mean, if you go,
That's all it takes. It takes one dummy to screw it up for everybody. That's all it takes.
we have axe throwing now. So I mean,
Oh,
it's
dude, I've been
That's
wanting to
pretty
go to axe throwing.
That is fun.
let's set up a date. We'll go. We can do that.
Yeah, I'll go to axe throwing.
Yeah,
100%.
we can do that. There's where we used to go kart riding, and they have axe throwing in that place along with the go karts.
Ooh.
Of course, where the adults, they actually have a bar that sit there while you're throwing a freaking axe. Look, watch this.
Again, don't drink and drive.
So I mean, it's one of those things too. So, but yeah, we set something up on that.
Oh, heck yeah.
But you know, it's just one of those things that you do have certain activities. As long as it's done right, it's going to be fine. It's like the lawn darts. If it was done right, it probably wouldn't have been a problem. But
Yeah. I bet you loved those, didn't you?
I love lawn darts. Absolutely. Yes.
You're a daredevil.
No, I'm not. No.
No, you what?
I'm a teddy bear. Okay. I'm nowhere near it. No, I don't cross dress like you do. Okay, I'm not that sensitive.
See, and this is where we get a little too far.
Sorry,
Yeah. Thank you.
but yeah, I like lawn darts.
I'll play it with you.
If I can find some, we'll do it.
All right. Yeah. I tell my dad I'm playing lawn darts. What?
no, he won't care. He'll play. He'll play.
He'll play with you,
Yep. He'll play.
guaranteed.
What's that one thing where you like have the mallet? Hold on.
Oh,
You got the mallet and you
croquet
like
or-
Yeah, croquet.
Oh, it's croquet? Yeah. I used to play that at the fire station. They had like the croquet things up, and I'd hit it, and I was terrible at it, but I loved it because I was just able to hit it, and we'd going around, and I'd be like playing with my dad. I'd like kick his ball out the way or something. Oh, dude, I love playing that game. I love being like an old man, just doing random crap.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thanks for hitting it real low.
You're welcome. Nah, I like I would just set out on a deck and just sit there on like with like a chair and just watch the sky.
Okay, so you are an old man. Okay.
I could set out on a patio and just look at the birds for hours. Like it doesn't. I just want to be outside.
It's good. Stay outside.
I'm gonna stay outside.
So I have a question too. Do the youth still give each other high fives?
Heck yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I go up to somebody. I'd be like,
That's
"Pimp on,
nux.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
nux.
yeah.
snail."
So do you know the history behind the high five
Uh,
and where it was invented?
I don't.
Okay. So
I know a fact about the high five.
Go ahead.
So Steve Nash, he played in the '06 season where he got his MVP in the NBA. He had the highest like physical touch with his teammates of any player in the league. But every time he'd high five like somebody or like he would do that, his team would like play much better. Like it made no sense. But his team the year before wasn't very like they were good, but they weren't crazy good. And then once he went to '06, he like started giving them more high fives and stuff, and their actual like win percentage, and like how they did and stuff went up when they played with him.
He gave him some more mojo. That's what it is.
Nah,
He rubbed some of that mojo off on him because he was really good. So
he was
what
a
happened.
he was a good passer, but he was just a team player type of thing. So.
yeah,
So if you get a chance, look up how the high five it was invented. There's a couple different theories, but one of the most common ones and the one that's most agreed upon is that Mons Leitz, out of eminence, is credited for creating the high five.
I have never heard that. That'd be cool. Like you meet him, he's like
he's dead. No, I don't know
No,
if he's dead.
I don't
I'm
think
just
he
kidding.
is.
I don't know.
But he was the highest scoring basketball person for a long time in eminence. So before Keith Blackburn took that title.
Keith Blackburn. That sounds familiar.
But yeah, so if you get a chance, look that up. And then there's a couple other cool little stories. As a matter of fact, the new track at UK is also
Named after that one guy from Eminence. Yeah, because
Jimmy Lee Green.
Yeah, because his if you go to what is it, Memorial Coliseum? No, what's the over there beside Kentucky Kingdom, the Louisville
Freedom Hall.
If you go around, there's a plaque of him, and it like talks about him and what he did and stuff like that. And he was actually going to go to the Olympics to run with us, and it got like canceled or something.
Yeah, either that or he got hurt. I couldn't remember which one.
It
which
was
yeah.
when World War II started.
No, he was
wasn't-
later.
it
No,
wasn't?
no.
Oh no.
He was later than that. So he was in the
I thought it was 20s.
70s, I think, 60s or 70s when he was running.
I thought he was like 20s.
No,
Oh.
no. He's a little younger than that part. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool history things. You can start looking into people around these areas. But going back to old school versus new school, what's one thing that you would wish would make its way back that you like from the old generation?
No phones. Easily. Like 100% no phones. I hate phones. Like, okay, for example, this is going to be a bad example, but for example, I'm out doing stuff with my friends. Nobody can contact me and nobody knows where I am. That may sound like a bad thing, but I'm like, I don't want to be tracked all the time. I don't want to be on my phone. And then everybody else would be living in the moment, not on their phone.
I say I disagree with that one. Like, now, there's a way, having the phone available for emergency contact, dude, I'm telling you right now, it's a huge game changer when it comes to safety on that. Now, what I think you mean more so than no phones is no more just getting on your phones, looking at social medias, texting other people, not being present in the moment versus actually not having phones itself. Because, I mean, no phones, you're going to have to go physically to see her, to talk to her.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend or your mom and dad.
CBs.
Yeah. Huh?
We had CBs.
Oh, we did have CBs.
I mean,
I still have a CB. I don't have it hooked up, but I still have one.
Bro, I get the rotary phone.
You gonna get one of those? You know how to use it?
I do.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Where did
Landline
you have that
phones.
at?
What?
Where'd you see that at?
A rotary phone?
Yeah.
I see them all the time. I was like, what's it called? Nancy.
museum?
Nancy. No.
Where?
Nancy used to have one.
Nancy. My grandma?
Yeah.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but did she have it like upstairs or something? Because
No, but my dad taught me.
let me tell you what your uncle used to do. He figured out the number to test your phone, and then there was a phone in the kitchen and one right there by the couch. We'd go in the kitchen, he'd dial that number, hang up, and then it would ring on it's landline. It would ring right next to her, and she'd pick it up just to test your ringer on your phone. That's all it was. Just test the ringer on your phone. Well, he dialed that number, And she'd answer, hello, hello. And nobody was there. She'd hang up. I don't know what that was, just yelling at Peppa about something. I don't know who that was. Go do it again. And I just, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that your uncle did.
And what
You said we. So that
No, I was there.
he was there. He was present. He thought it was funny.
But if we got in trouble, it was him.
Yeah, but then I don't know who ratted me out. It wasn't him. It was somebody ratted me out. And I almost think it was Dwayna.
Might have been.
Yeah, ratted me out. And then she found out I was doing it. Then she caught on. Jonathan, you're doing that again. But I would teach them to do the code, like Eric and everybody else, and tell them how to do it. But I'd get our mama like that all the time too. At her, and I would see it right next to her and do it on her phone because she can't hear real well. But when that ring hits, oh my gosh, yeah,
that's the kind of stuff we did.
I'm gonna do that.
He did. I didn't do it.
I'm
I
gonna do
was
that
a
to
saint. I didn't do it.
I'm gonna put like a voicemail. I'm gonna like call you, and then I'm gonna just hang up. Or wait, that wouldn't do the
I don't know
voicemail.
how that's gonna work.
Yeah, I'd figure out a way.
Oh, okay.
Just for you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you're
it.
welcome. I do it for you and Sean.
the younger generation, are they still having sleepovers? Or they still do
Yeah.
they still do that?
Hmm. Yeah, we still do that. I mean, I don't do them as much anymore, but I used to do them a lot. I mean, I only hang out with people outside of school that are cool, and I only hang out with like a couple people. I hang out with like 5, 6 people at most. But I got this one friend. His name is Jaden. He comes over to my house sometimes, and I go over to other people's houses, but I usually don't stay. Like, I just kind of go back to my house.
Was that your partner with the candy at school?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was just curious.
No, me and him look like a Oreo cookie beside each
Oh,
other.
do you?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
He's black and white.
Well, that's not really an Oreo cookie.
That's
maybe.
half Oreo.
We're a vanilla swirl. We're like chocolate vanilla swirl.
Hey, somebody's a little pink. Give me a
Ebony,
Neapolitan.
ivory. I don't know that song. Sorry. Go ahead. That's the only thing I know about it. Go ahead.
You know, it's funny to hear because like sometimes we get those social interactions. I don't see as many people being socially active. That's why I was asking about that. Like Nathan went over to a couple little sleepovers. He didn't have many. You know, he was the type of person that didn't. You know, he's very socially awkward sometimes. But you know, he'd definitely go spend a night with somebody if they asked him to too. But it's just one of those things he just didn't think about doing it. We try to get him to bring friends over, you know.
Yeah, I legit will bring almost anybody to my house. Like,
We were like that growing up. Me and your dad were just like that too. We had one night we had 20 friends at our house. No,
Ugh. Was that the one night y'all stayed in the camper?
Yep. We stayed in the house, stayed in the camper. We had a room and everything else. I mean, just we had so many people, and we stayed outside and walked the neighborhood that night, lighting off fireworks in the middle of the night.
I heard of the what's it called, pipe bomb that y'all did on Eminence.
No, it wasn't no pipe bomb.
It wasn't a pipe
It was
bomb.
a smoke tester.
Yeah, for the pipe.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
plumbing.
okay,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah.
So it would just make a big cloud. And we were like maybe 12 at the time, you know, when that went off.
I heard y'all
Maybe a
drove.
little-
I didn't.
Oh, well, it could have been. It could have been one little later too. Maybe we were 16.
Yeah, I think you literally just got your intermediate or something like that.
Well, we didn't have that back in. It was
Yeah,
either
yeah.
permit or you had your license. You didn't
Yeah,
have an
that was
intermediate
it,
license. See, that's another thing, old school versus new school. So I was one of the last few generations that had to wait 30 days, and I got my license.
No, you were the last generation.
Yeah, well, the last little group, yeah. So you take your test, you take your permit, 30 days, you can take your driver's test, you're done. You don't have to do anything else. You would have 3 months?
I went 6 months.
6 months, yeah. He was 6 months.
Yeah, that's how long I had to wait.
Yeah, but we had to do it at 16. He got his at 15.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad that I had mine. What's it called? What y'all do on y'all's permit? Like the driving test? What'd y'all do?
Just written test. What do you mean? Oh, the driving test.
Yes,
itself.
yeah.
I did fine. I mean, I didn't kill
No,
nobody.
I'm saying like
Okay.
what did y'all
Okay,
do on
so
test, or do you remember?
In Henry County, let me start because this is awesome. So in Henry County, you go to Newcastle, which is
Yeah.
the county seat, and it's a small little one stoplight town.
And it used to be you could go to clerk's office. You ain't got to do it. You can't do that no more. You got to go to like a board of transportation or something.
Yeah, and it was a clerk's office. We actually had to go up to the courthouse actually for this one.
Yeah, we used to go to the same county we lived in.
Yeah.
Now you got to go
wherever
different
Yeah.
areas.
Region.
So went there, met up with this guy from KSP. He's doing the test. again, there's no interstates in this town. There's nothing. There's not even a stoplight at this point. There's only stop signs and a flashing like red
Yeah,
light.
the one in
to
what,
stop.
like Pleasureville?
No,
Newcastle.
Newcastle? Oh, yeah.
By the courthouse.
So we had to drive around like a little pathway. We drove around the courthouse and everything else. And of course, you had to do everything. You had to do parallel parking. You had to do everything. This dude made me parallel park between a tractor wagon and a pile of rocks
Hey,
because that was the only place in the town that had availability to do any type of parallel parking. And I'm not kidding you. That was the only thing that I got points on my license. I got 95 on my driver's test. And it was because I had to adjust just a little bit, and that was the only thing I got points knocked off over. But I had to take my permit test twice. So I didn't pass it the first time because I didn't study.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I passed mine like boom.
But driver's test, the actual physical driver's test, got a 95.
I don't remember my score. I just remember I passed, and that's
Now,
all
they
I
don't
cared
even do
about.
like percent anymore. They do like tallies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do tallies on it. It's like your blinker and stuff like that. And then mine, I didn't do it in like a roadway. I did it in a parking lot. You parallel park between two cones. You do a three-point turners where you like go past the stop
Right.
sign. Yeah, I did that. And then all I had to do was like act like I was parking on a hill.
So you were in a parking lot doing your whole test?
Yes.
You didn't leave the parking lot at all?
We left the parking lot legit once, and it was to go to a different parking lot to park and then come back around.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it was at a old farmer's market.
I had to drive through a neighborhood, and then we had to keep going until he found a spot where I could parallel park.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
we didn't have to do that. They just always have it set up. Because I would go and I'd go practice over there.
What about a hill? Was like a driveway a hill or something? Because you have to turn your wheels and
Yeah, no, he was just like act like this is a hill, and we pulled up to a straight spot, and I
Got the
didn't
wheels.
turn my wheels. That was the one thing. I like parked, and then I put my emergency brake on because it's like we're going up a hill or like we're on a hill, and then he was like, "Okay, what do you do with your wheels?" And I turned it. He was like, "Okay, you know it, okay," but he was like really calm, and it wasn't even like 5 minutes.
What do you mean it wasn't even 5 minutes? The whole test?
Yes,
And you got your
it
license?
was like 4 minutes, something like that, like 4 minutes, 3 minutes. But no, the guy was like, "This is the best parallel parking I've legit ever seen." But what's crazy is I would go there for like a week before, and I'd do it for like 30 minutes every day, the exact same spot every single time. And I figured out on my car where to line something up in my car with like the outside, and I'd go and I'd get right there, and I'd be like, all right, and I'd turn, and then what I'd do is I'd go like this. I'd look down at my mirror, and I'd look down at my backup camera. I'd be like, and I'd start backing up and stuff, and then I got like right in the lines, perfect. He was like,
What kind of car did you use?
Ford Explorer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's the one he drove out here.
Okay, what did you use?
Oh, me? It was
Pontiac.
my next door neighbor's car, and it was a Ford Thunderbird.
Oh, okay.
So
A longer, I mean,
it was longer. It was
like
like
an
the
80s or
80
the-
late 80s, early 90s, somewhere around there.
I had, yeah.
So that's what I was going to bring it to next. So who taught you to drive?
My mom.
Okay. My dad kind of had us a little on the farm driving a little bit. Pepaw.
Oh,
which-
Pepaw had you driving.
Yeah.
Pepaw would be
And-
like-
Yeah, and then our Pepaw had us on tractors driving. So we had a little bit of experience. But when we actually physically got on the roadway, my dad and mom could not communicate with me for some reason. Could not do it. So they ended up getting my next door neighbor, Jimmy Ellis, to help me drive. And that's the reason I had this car and everything else. He's like, you know this car inside and out. You drive very well. You know, at the time, when you're young and you're trying to do it for right,
Right.
you get your bad habits later. You do everything perfect. That's why I got a 95, on driver's test. But he could communicate with me much easier than my parents could ever communicate. And it was so much easier. That's why I was asking who.
Did you notice he was bragging about that 95 again?
Yeah.
I'm proud of 95.
I got a 95.
I don't get many 95s in grades.
That's an A plus.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty easy. I mean,
So we were talking about our experiences, but I don't know the complete story, and he may be able to know it. But our Pepaw Hank
yeah.
never went and got his driver's license because he failed, 3 times?
No, it wasn't failing. He couldn't read.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
couldn't
because
read
didn't
well.
he
He knew
third
certain
grade?
words, but he couldn't read the whole test. He didn't want to take the permit test. He used to drive derby cars. He used to drive tractors all the time. He used to drive before you had to have licenses.
Yeah.
And it was fine. But when you had to have a license, back then, he didn't have to learn how to read as well. But all he had to do was read a tape measure.
Yeah.
He knew how to do that.
Yeah.
And then he worked in tobacco. He worked farming stuff. So I mean, he didn't have to read.
Didn't he like drop out at 3rd grade or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
say
he was
I
only
remember
3rd
that
grade.
story.
Yeah. And not only that, but he he said that back that day you took your permit test and your driver's test all the same day.
Now he was born in 31.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
that makes sense. Yeah.
So I say
Makes
a
a lot
little
of sense.
different, old school versus new school, much different.
I saw a picture of him the other day. He was like, because he didn't have any teeth.
Oh, did you see the bitter beer face?
Yeah.
No.
That's probably what. Well, he didn't even know what the bitter beer face is.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh. All right. No.
There's a old commercial called Bitter Beer. You had to look it up.
And it's an old man that scrunched his face up, and Pepaw could do that just like that. It was great.
because he didn't have any teeth.
Yeah, he didn't have any teeth. And he was sitting there beside Granny Nancy. He was like, I started laughing. I was like, that Pepaw? He was like, yep. I was like, why?
Now somebody's got some pictures. Now I don't know if that was an actual picture of him doing the bitter beer face, or if he was just
No,
doing
he was
that
just sitting
face.
on a bench.
Okay, that he wasn't doing the bitter beer face. He was just doing that. But somebody took pictures of him, asked
Yes.
him to do the bitter beer face,
Yes.
and he did it.
Yes.
He could take, he'd take his tongue and touch the tip of his nose. He could take his chin and touch his nose.
I think that's what he was doing
Yeah.
during the picture.
Oh, it was great. It was fun.
All right, so this is something that you kind of talk to us a little bit behind the scenes here. You want to talk about specific items. You just want to old school items versus new school items. You just want to kind of to describe it and see if you can guess it, or do you want to actually?
No, okay, so you give me like a name. For example, I could say like USB-C cord, and then y'all would like say y'all didn't know it. I'd have to explain it, but you're trying to guess what it would actually be. So like if y'all said something like a VHS tape and I didn't know it, I'd be like,
What about Betamax?
I have no clue what that is.
Okay, so back in the day when VHS, because obviously you know what VHS
Yeah.
is, because you wouldn't have brought it up probably if you didn't.
No.
So back in the day, there was two competitors. There was that were trying to make it. Sony usually was one of the ones you would always see win out on a lot of stuff. But anyways, there was this thing called Betamax, which was just a humongous version of a VHS tape. And it went into this gigantic, enormous machine. And back in the day, we would go to these video stores and rent these devices. We didn't even own them. We didn't even own our own like VHS players. We didn't own any of it. We would rent the whole thing from the rental store that we rented all our movies from. They would have it there. We had to turn it all in. But
Like Blockbuster. Do you know what
Yeah,
that
I know
is?
what a Blockbuster
Okay,
is.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I was just making
yeah.
sure. Just making
but
sure.
basically, it's the same thing. So you would also have Laserdisc.
I don't know what that
Okay,
is.
so Laserdisc was the version of the CD that didn't win. So basically, you had Laserdisc and you had CDs. CDs, obviously, the small compact disc, which is what the CD
Yeah,
stands
compact
for.
disc, yeah.
Okay, Laserdisc was the size of a record.
You know what an album is? A vinyl.
I have one. I got the
Cool.
Michael Jackson
Thriller?
off the wall one.
Off the wall. Okay.
It was his
It's from
first-
79.
First solo album.
But yeah, that's like you're saying. And then what about an Atari? You know what an Atari is?
I do know what an Atari is. It's the gaming console, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a game console.
Yeah.
But it started out
It's a game, didn't it?
it's as they made games, but they were in like your basically all your game shops that you would have, like your arcades that you would go to. So that's where Atari kind of took off. But here's an interesting fact about Atari. Do you know who is the mastermind behind Atari?
Isn't that the same guy from Nintendo?
No.
I don't know.
It's the guy that created Chuck E. Cheese.
What? I ain't got a clue. I was gonna say
Do you know
something.
what Chuck E. Cheese is?
I do know what Chuck E. Cheese
See, you
is.
got to ask him if he knows what these are first.
What about Showbiz?
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that.
Okay. So Showbiz was created by the guy that used to work for Chuck E. Cheese, who split from Chuck E. Cheese, did all the animatronic stuff. That's where all the animatronics you see at Chuck E. Cheese comes from.
Oh.
So it's Showbiz Pizza. And they had one in Louisville, and then you had Chuck E. Cheese too. And then the guy at Chuck E. Cheese tried to do the same thing, kind of get the guy back. It was a partnership they locked. But anyways, Chuck E. Cheese ended up buying Showbiz out, stole all the animatronics stuff, refaced all of them with Chuck E. Cheese characters, and then boom, that's how they came back together.
That's probably how Five Nights at Freddy's came. Or
That,
something.
that probably is
Animatronic
how
stuff.
that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and Disneyland,
Yeah, the Country
Disney.
Bears.
Disney World, whichever.
The Country Bears.
Country Bears, yeah.
There's some fact about Disneyland. There's this like big old like building, whatever, in Disneyland. And Walt Disney actually used to live in it. He lived upstairs in the. It was a fire. It was a firehouse. Is what it was, like fire station. And it was actual like part of the park. But his family lived in the top part. There was like a window you could see. But his family legit lived up there and like would stay up there. And he would sometimes come down and like say hello to people. Yeah, but then he'd go right back up.
Yeah, I'd stay away from people too.
Yeah, I would too.
Talking about items, Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, I know what Dippin' Dots. I can't eat them because I got a. So you know how they're
Made with nitrogen.
no, they're made with dairy, right?
They're made with dairy, but they're made with nitrogen too.
Yeah, I can't eat it because it gives me migraines.
Ah.
Yeah, I can't eat that or cottage cheese.
The fun fact about Dippin' Dots is it was created in Nicholasville.
What? I did not know
Dippin'
that.
Dots.
I never knew that.
And then the guy that took it went into Opryland back in the day to try to sell it and stuff. And it was there and did real well for them. But once he got into Dolly World and then the other parts of like Gatlinburg and things like that, it took off.
That I had no clue about that. Can y'all guess where Hershey's is from?
Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Where in Pennsylvania?
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
There you go. No, I was just.
I don't know if that's actually where it started, but that's where it's at now. So
that's actually where it started. That's why they call it that.
But yeah, it's very interesting. Things. I'm trying to think of anything else. Is there anything else that we would? In El Camino.
I've heard of it. It's in a car, right?
Yes.
Car truck.
It's a car truck.
Oh, is it the one with the really long bed, or like the bed on a car?
It's a bed on a car.
Yeah.
Your granddad had one.
A Gran Torino is another version of that.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, that's made by Ford.
Well, the Ranchero.
The ranch. Oh yeah.
Well, they made them like different. The front ends, like they had a Gran Torino Ranchero. They had like a Falcon Ranchero, stuff like that. But just different. The Falcon one was a smaller one. It had a smaller nose on it and everything. But yeah, they made different things like that. And then El Camino, they just kept that for a while.
What about a gremlin?
I haven't heard that.
Okay, so there's a couple different things. Do you know what a gremlin is in general?
Like the animal, like
The creature, mythological creature. So yeah, there's the movies, the Gremlins.
Yeah, Gremlins.
Have you ever watched any of those?
I haven't.
Oh, you
I
got.
don't be watching movies.
It was 40 years ago, Jonathan.
But a gremlin is a car. It's a little compact car. Almost looks like a Geo Metro in a way. It kind of does, in my opinion.
Had a flat back on it, a hatchback, but it was flat.
And then the other competitor version of that is the Ford Pinto. Both of these cars are notorious for when they got in a car crash, they just exploded.
What the
Pinto for sure.
Yes.
Like
Pinto
they just
for sure.
exploded.
Yeah, because the gas tank was right in the back end of it.
Oh.
Somebody hit it, and then if it sparked the metal.
Yeah, I can see why that caused controversy. Which I'm guessing it probably did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of lawsuits on those.
You know, the thing about cars back in the day, how they were hard. Like you could knock on them, it was like boom, boom. Like it was.
They were made out of real metal.
Yeah,
They were made out
and
of
like,
thicker metal.
You wanna know why they aren't now? Because they like crumble around the person.
They create crumple zones.
Yeah. So like, if you were to crash, say for example, a Chevy whatever, like
Chevy Malibu.
Yeah.
Big car.
Yeah, like a 1990 Chevy Malibu, whatever.
In the 90s, they still had some crumple zones. So you go,
back to the 80s.
80s to 70s, 60s.
Okay. If you were to just boom hit them together like my car would just crumble and it would like shoot back. It'd probably hurt the car, but it wouldn't like be broken or anything like too crazy. It would it would hurt, but my car would like crumple, but it crumbles on the outside of where I'm sitting, so it'll keep all the passengers like safe and stuff.
Yeah, you might get whiplash or break your neck with that Malibu, but you probably didn't put a scratch on it.
Somebody else could drive it away.
They just spin out.
You probably weren't wearing a seatbelt back then, so then your head went into the windshield. But like you said, somebody else could drive it away.
Did y'all have cars with just the lap belt?
We had cars
Some
that
of
didn't
them
have
did.
any seatbelts.
Like a bus?
No, like a bus, yes, but like they didn't have anything in it. Like certain models, they were still grandfathered in that you did not have to wear a seatbelt. So like there were some cars, like eventually my dad and them didn't stop driving some of those cars, but they originally didn't have seatbelts, and you still did by law didn't have to have them because it was grandfathered in.
And car seats for babies and stuff. That was like I don't know, sometime in the 80s.
I can remember Papa and Nana had a station wagon that they used to own, and we would ride in the back of it, looking at the traffic going back. And we were no seatbelts back there, nothing. It was 4 of us kids looking out the back window in a station wagon,
Riding the back of trucks all the time.
Yeah, riding the back of trucks.
What about the Eric Mertz or Sons and Mertz Plumbing or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Or what about the field where all Pitbull's what's it called?
It's basically
Cars are?
it's like a junkyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know where that's at anymore. It's somewhere out there.
My
in
dad
Henry
told me a
County.
story. He went over, so they went somewhere, and it was like way back. There's like a bunch of trees everywhere, and then you just finally get there in this field, big open, big open field, and you go. It's like regular. You go over the hill, and then boom, like he said, all the trucks they ever grew up like knowing and like having. He thought they were all gone, and he goes over that hill, and boom, they're just all sitting there. And the one that had like the Mertz Sons and Plumbing. Or
One of the
whatever.
vans.
Yeah, he was like, I thought you got rid of that. He was like, don't tell your mom.
He had a lot of those free candy vans when I was growing up.
They
Them
did.
white vans.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
white van.
He's got one now, but at least got some windows in it.
Yeah.
The old ones didn't have any
Whose
windows.
property was that sitting on?
Was
It
right
was
there
one
in
of
that
his
curve.
buddies.
It's right, like back in that curve.
buddies.
It was back in that curve. So like when you went back towards Sulphur,
Yeah,
in that curve back there, where Peppa and them used to have all the stuff back in there.
right. That farm
Yep,
that he
that
used
farm.
to tenant.
Yep. And I cannot remember who. That's where it used to be. I don't know where it's at now, but there's a bunch.
Your granddad had a lot of vehicles.
I heard he did. I heard he just liked to keep them.
And he stores stuff on people's properties and never go back.
Yeah, I know. Because he knows legit everybody.
It's
But I bet he
crazy.
remembers where a lot of it is.
Oh yeah. And I'll go to like their house. I found a stop sign at their house one time. It's in my room now.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
I can go up to him. I'll be like, can I get this? He'll be like, yeah, take it. You can go in there and find whatever you
collects
want and take
signs.
it. He does not care. Like, I can just go in there and find like multiple signs. Be like, can I take these? Yeah, go take them. He'll just let me take them.
All right, man. Well, I think we're going to wrap up this episode here, but thank you for stopping by. And anything else, come on again. See you soon.
All right, thank you for having me.
This episode of It's Your Break was not a paid advertisement. It's Your Break is a news and entertainment podcast. The thoughts and comments of the host or guest are those of the individual speaking, and not necessarily that of It's Your Break or Spark a Vision. Follow It's Your Break on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube at It's Your Break. Subscribe and follow on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, and iHeart. This podcast is owned, produced, and distributed by Spark a Vision, and is hosted by Jonathan Mertz. Copyright It's Your Break and Spark a Vision. All rights reserved.